experienced team, oldest team in the league. Much was made of that back in the pre last summer when this roster was constructed. I think it's safe to say it has shown up over the course of the season in a variety of ways.
And I think, aren't they the oldest team ever? Or they're in the running in terms of age this season.
They're not spry.
No.
As a collective unit. And the open floor foul. And then Oklahoma City obviously just playing out the string at this point, but also sad Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Lou Dortz, and Monty Williams admitted to us that this is uncharted territory for him in terms of how do you rest, how do you motivate, what are you looking for in these games for a team that clinched home advantage throughout the playoffs on March 24th.
Yeah, that's still to fathom. And he said, look, we're still trying to figure it out and find that balance. Because they're going to have a week off as Monk knocks down a triple after the season. So a lot of time where they're playing games that aren't quite as meaningful.
Lakers now perfect from the floor, 4 of 4 as Monk heats up. He can do that. Combustible score. Davis in the open floor off the miss. He'll keep it. Hands it off to Howard. Couldn't hold it. Chris Paul fouled by Monk. And his second.
I wonder what the league's going to do about those take fouls. Because you take away potentially some really exciting plays in the open floor.
It's been a staple of the international game for a long time. Players have figured out it's a good way to stop momentum, take the crowd out of the equation. The visiting.
Get Devin Booker there, extending that right arm.
They have not.
He did a great job of selling it on that attack by Booker.
The second foul on Devin Booker 4 minutes into the game. It is a must-win for the LA Lakers. Westbrook, aggressive, can't finish with the left hand. Chris Paul comes away with it for Phoenix. That's his spot, and that's the result.
Yeah, he just does a great job of probing early in transition while the defense isn't set and just really waits for you to make a mistake.
Well, the Lakers have the feeling here early on. It's Westbrook with the bucket and a 15-8 lead.
And they've been pretty solid offensively here early. And they are getting into the paint.
Paul loves that spot. I mentioned a moment ago, he's just under 52% from the mid-range. Collects his own and finishes the layup.
And that play right there is kind of indicative of the Lakers from a defensive standpoint. No one made an effort to go get that defensive rebound. And then Chris Paul able to score amongst the trees.
Maybe a little effort, maybe a little slow of foot.
And some effort. I mean, that's one of those plays where you're assuming someone else is going to get it, and that's what you tend to do when you get older.
Booker had Monk pinned below, and Malik Monk will pick up his third foul here already. Lakers shooting it well, and they lead it by 5 in a must-win night in the desert.
Post Foods wants you to start your day like an all-star. Enter online for a chance to win one of 250 NBA 2K22 Ultimate Gaming Packages. Look for unique pins inside specially marked boxes of Post cereal.
DoorDash. Dash that delicious and nutritious. Dash that savory and sweet. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
how doers get more done.
Some like you to think they still build the best trucks. But according to just about anybody who's handing out awards, Ram currently builds the best trucks. So if you're shopping for a truck today, here it is. If you're shopping in the past, well, good luck with that. Ram, the #1 brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Get up to $4,000 in discounts for select owners for as low as 2.99%. Choose from the largest Ram inventory in 18 months.
Soak up that spotlight. We got that good time. Jump on it, hold tight. Feel that heat like dynamite. All my friends are superstars. All my friends, they doing fine. All my friends and me.
Wednesday, Detroit looks to play spoiler.
How do you like it?
Against the desperate Jets.
The red hot Mark Scheifele.
Scotiabank Wednesday night hockey. Red Wings, Jets. Sportsnet.
What does change mean to me?
It's being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Change is 100% a community effort.
Are you ready to create change?
Ready for this?
It's getting close to playoff time.
The stretch drive comes alive on Sportsnet.
The race to the playoffs, you see different intensity to the game.
Seems like the game gets faster and faster.
Crazy twists, turns, things you didn't really expect to see.
Oh my goodness!
Clock's a ticket.
We got a lot of hungry young guys who just want that taste.
To get your shot at greatness.
You just get to the playoffs and anything can happen.
You gotta win to get in.
Every game counts.
Just gotta keep getting in.
The rush to the playoffs is here.
Anyone's capable of making a run, chasing down that dream.
Sportsnet.
Questions throughout the game. Scan the QR code every time you see it throughout the evening. First question, will there be a three-pointer made in the final 2 minutes of the first quarter? Being against the NBA TV crew, viewers as well. The next question is worth double. It's never too late to play. Just getting started here in Phoenix with the Lakers up 15-12 early on.
And they're going to foul
About to have a review.
Avery Bradley. I think they got to determine if the shot was attempted prior to the foul.
That's what's in the review. See if the personal foul occurred before the upward shooting motion. This video review.
See Booker coming off the screen.
Tell you what, not a lot of contact from Bradley there, but I think the foul's called against Ayton.
Huh.
It'll be interesting to see if they wave that off. It's not when the whistle is blown, it's when the foul actually occurred.
The foul was called on Bradley.
Trying to fight over the screen on Ayton there. And let's see, right there. Yeah,
so if the foul is
not
on the hip,
count.
it's probably not.
Illegal contact occurs to Ayton prior to the upward motion.
Okay, so Deandre Ayton will shoot the free throws.
After video review, the foul occurred
according to David Guthrie.
Foul is charged to number 20, Avery Bradley, his second personal.
And no basket on the play.
No basket.
Tough call. There wasn't a lot of contact.
Not a lot of
Booker.
contact, but I think just the fact that Ayton went down, and oftentimes what happens, it depends on the official's angle.
Right. That's also one of those, something happened.
Yeah.
We got to sort it out.
Yes.
Ayton's on the floor. Let's make sense of this. Deandre Ayton, fourth year for the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Had a really solid season. A big story here in the preseason. He wasn't extended contract extension offer by the Suns. He'll get his money sooner or later. Be a restricted free agent this summer. A lot more pressing business to tend to between now and then as Westbrook goes to work. Walled off by Booker. They swing at Davis for three. It's strong. So is Dwight Howard. Offensive rebound and a foul in the scrum below the rim.
It looked like Dwight got away with a clear out there prior to that whistle. Dwight Howard gets the benefit of the doubt on that call and get a couple free throws.
First foul on Deandre Ayton. Dwight Howard at the age of 36 can still board.
I actually thought it was really interesting. We talked about it prior. As you see LeBron there.
Time to take a look at the NBA national TV schedule. Wednesday on ESPN, Nets, Knicks, followed by the Suns and the Clippers. Thursday on TNT, it's the Celtics in Milwaukee. Then you'll see these Lakers, perhaps eliminated, perhaps not, taking on the Warriors. And for more on those games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
Well, I was going to make the point what Frank Vogel said pregame about, you asked him about if there was one thing you could change defensively about what they're doing. And his answer was, if we could shoot better, as Ayton gets that little jump hook in the paint, which he has perfected. He said if we could shoot the ball better, it'd allow us to play bigger. And that's when they're at their best defensively.
I thought that was a fascinating answer. Not at all what I expected. I asked him if you could wave a magic wand and fix one part of your defense, and he immediately went to the offensive end of the floor. Booker can't finish.
And that play was an example of it. Just the fact that Howard was there really deterred Booker and forced him to speed up a little bit. And that was one of those plays that Frank Vogel talked about from Westbrook, where he just a little out of control there, lost the basketball and turns it over.
And he has cut down his turnovers by about 1 a game since the All-Star break. There was obviously a lot of criticism of Russell Westbrook midway through the season. Frank Vogel said he wasn't playing great, but he also said Westbrook has rewarded his decision to stick with him. His approach has changed a little bit. He's dialed back some of the aggressiveness, made better reads, made better decisions. Hasn't necessarily shown up in wins and losses, but Frank Vogel seemed pretty happy with the transition.
And the reality is the turnovers were high, but it's more about the fact that he wasn't able to be efficient with the shooting. On top of it,
Booker up top from Jay Crowder.
This Phoenix team really has no weakness on either side of the ball.
Up top to the MVP candidate, Devin Booker, and the Suns are flying here in Phoenix.
King Meal Deal for just $5.99. That's a serious deal. Mix 2 sandwiches from the Big King Jr., Chicken Jr., Cheeseburger, or choose 2 of the same with fries and a drink for just $5.99. Get your King Meal Deal today, only at Burger King.
With SodaStream, I can enjoy fresh, sparkling water whenever I like.
Whenever.
Bubbling with friends. Adding bubbles to a meeting. And while I enjoy my drink.
You help save the planet from single-use plastic bottles.
SodaStream. Push for better.
If you like fun, you're gonna love my second movie.
Oh, goody. This Friday.
Here we go!
Let the good times roll.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
I think I just threw up in my mouth.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Check out how Noelle lost 30 pounds on Noom Weight. Noom helped her become more mindful of her habits.
I could not out-train a bad diet. Noom helped to take back that control, and that for me was life-changing.
Sign up for Noom Weight and lose the weight for good.
Nobody in the hockey world knows more stories than Elliot Friedman. Some of them are even true, too. Nothing, not even a giggle.
It's amazing how he knows all the workings of the league.
He's always got the scoops.
He always asks you the tough questions.
His style is outrageous. His shoes today, did you guys see him?
Stylish shoes on there.
Jeff Merrick?
Keeps Elliot in check.
As much as it pains me to admit this, he carries the podcast.
32 Thoughts, the podcast, presented by GMC.
Stop dreaming. Start driving. Red Tag days are here. Order your Toyota today. Visit shoptoyota.ca.
What do I love about Tim and Friends?
I love talking sports. I love thinking sports, playing sports.
On this show, things can get heated.
The fire alarm has just started here at the Rogers Building in downtown.
And sometimes things can get physical. That's good form. Well, careful. But the best thing is just having fun with friends.
We might as well open the big one on the show.
Excuse me? Could you say that?
Tim and Friends, for the love of sport.
Because you want hockey. NHL Live.
Devin Booker back in the lineup, and I would say he looks well rested after sitting out against Oklahoma City on Sunday. And that got the Suns back within one here on a center court Tuesday night. Lakers on top on the road in a must-win situation. Carmelo Anthony into the game, into Howard, and drops it right over the top of Deandre Ayton. And the Lakers lead it by 3. DJ Augustine, Austin Reeves also on the floor for the Lakers. They came into that previous timeout, as well as Stanley Johnson. Deandre Ayton is great on those pick and roll situations. Couldn't hold it. Johnson comes back the other way. Augustine back rims it. Booker in the open floor.
Give Augustine a lot of credit. Came back and got a deflection on that pass to Ayton, which didn't allow him to get that shot off.
The veteran Augustine came over mid-season after being bought out by Houston. Reeves sets up Howard inside. They'll go back to the free throw line.
When the Lakers haven't turned it over, they've executed pretty well here in this first quarter. And Dwight already going to get his 5th and 6th free throw attempts.
These are not Hackett Whites.
No,
these are just fouls.
And he's made his first 4.
Second foul for Deandre Ayton, who also rested Sunday against Oklahoma City. Don't forget the NBA app brings the game to you. Follow your favorite teams, keep up with the latest news, watch live games on demand. Download the NBA app today. Cameron Johnson on for the Phoenix Suns. If you were watching the national championship game last night, you saw the incredible effort by his brother Puff Johnson. Cam did not make the trip. He told us too much travel, but he was glued to the set. I can guarantee that.
Yeah.
As were you.
Yeah. I'm a little saddened by the Tar Heels losing, but happy for Kansas. Bill Self got that 2nd national championship.
Cameron Payne into the game, sets up Bridges, who's off on the 3. Stanley Johnson brings it back. Hands off to Augustine, out to Melo. Catch and shoot 3, well short. Carmelo Anthony's just under 38% from 3 on the season. Here's Ayton from the mid-range. Got it.
Yeah, that's the element of his game. He puts tremendous pressure on the rim, but he's also a terrific face-up 15-foot shooter, which just creates so many problems for opposing defense.
Quick 8 points for Deandre Ayton as Melo backs his way in, turns over the right shoulder and connects. He's been doing that a while.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've seen that. And they're right back at you in transition. And that's a great job of running the floor by Booker, and then that kick-ahead pass to create that opportunity by Phoenix.
And Booker recognized that the Lakers weren't ready for him. There was a wide open lane to the rim to finish the reverse. Back-to-back threes by Melo.
We've seen him do that a time or two as well.
Also true. Lakers are now 4 of 9 from three-point range as Booker answers right back. And Booker with a quick 11 here in the first.
Look at the Suns with their record, top 3 in both offensive and defensive rating. They have been great and consistent really all season long.
Since about the first 2 weeks of the year, really been no question who the best team in the league was. Just to give you some perspective, the Suns have a 31-game lead on these Lakers in the West.
Well, of course, the Lakers have 31 wins.
Yes.
So
the math's easy. Yeah. It wasn't hard to figure. Just a striking number.
It really is.
Augustine turns the corner, sets up Johnson. 5-footer off the glass, too strong. Booker doesn't have numbers. He'll leave it for Bridges, up and somehow in. What a finish by Mikal Bridges.
That was an incredible finish by Bridges, who wanted some contact on that.
Bridges has a chance to become the Suns' first ever defensive player of the year. Shows off a little offensive skill on that transition bucket.
Suns foul number 15, Deandre Ayton, his first personal.
The crowd didn't like it, and Payne acknowledges that was on him. But this finish A little bit of contact. You see the slap down on the arm there is what Bridges wanted, but still the presence to be able to make that finish. Impressive.
First foul on Cameron Payne, and that'll bring the rookie Austin Reeves to the free throw line. Reeves is part of this odd Laker roster filled with very experienced veterans and very inexperienced young players.
You know, you look at that roster and how many guys they have that have been in this league at least 13 years. It's incredible. And then you think about Dwight, Carmelo, and LeBron. They've got over 50 years of experience. That's a lot of experience.
Hand off to Payne. Landry Shamet in for Phoenix. That was deflected by Davis. Westbrook pushes. So 92% of you think there will be a three in the final 2 minutes. Continue watching for those QR codes. Answer our poll questions. JaVale McGee hacked Westbrook, who had something to say.
Well, he wants that to be a flagrant foul because the foul was committed prior, and that was after the whistle had blown.
Nothing doing from the officials' point of view.
Well, that was commonplace a few years back, where it was a way to send a guy a message.
Well, when you played, you could just tackle people. So it's a different world.
Yeah. And early on, we didn't have flagrants.
Right.
So you could be as flagrant as you wanted to be.
It sounds like an album title.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? In the 80s?
It probably
flagrant
was.
Flagrant as I want to be, I think.
I got to go check that out. I think you're right.
I'll have to check my discography.
Wondering how the Lakers would respond, and I got to say, this first quarter, they've been pretty solid.
Payne high off the glass. Great finish by Cameron Payne. Lakers have led by as many as 8. And it's 2 here with 1:15 to go in the first.
Cameron Payne, when healthy, has been really good for this Suns team.
Westbrook, that's one of those good reads that Frank Vogel talked about.
Yes.
Didn't overdo it, took the opportunity and finished. Payne looking for McGee up top. That's swatted away by Davis. Reeves comes away with it for LA.
Sometimes you forget just how impactful Anthony Davis can be when he is active on the defensive end.
4 times he's made the all-defensive team in the NBA. He's got it. This time hands off to Augustine. Kick out to Reeves. Short on the 3. About 8 seconds between shots. Johnson sets the screen, and Reeves will be called for the foul, trying to fight him off.
We'll send Johnson to the free throw line there. Carmelo trying to not allow that screen to get set below the top of the key, and the officials thought he was just a little overzealous there with the contact.
Foul actually goes on Carmelo Anthony, excuse me. So Johnson to the line. He is their best free throw shooter at 87%. Struggled a little bit since returning from a right quad injury. Remember, he missed 13 straight games. So when you think about this Suns team, don't assume it's been all health all the time. They've just been really good and resilient when people have been missing.
Yeah, it's their depth and really the versatility of the lineup, because you think about it. Cam Payne's missed several games. Chris Paul's missed an extended period. Devin Booker has as well.
Yep.
And obviously we just talked about Cam Johnson, yet it's almost like plug and play. They just continue to play at a high level. And it's really a testament to just how committed and motivated this group is.
CP just returned recently from a 15-game absence with that avulsion fracture in his right thumb. Davis erased by McGee. Johnson up against the clock. He'll heave it. I don't think he got that off. He did not. And the quarter will end with the Lakers up by 3. Some desperation and some shooting accuracy. 4 threes have fallen for the Lakers. And they lead it through 12 minutes on a must-win night here in the desert. It's a center court Tuesday. LA's up 31-28.
Introducing new slices and sticks. 4 meaty pizza slices together with 8 Italian cheese sticks. A combination as unexpected as the sex at telephone.
Hey, Mom.
New slices and sticks 3-meat treat.
Delivery, delivery.
The incredibly powerful all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Transfer limits. I'm gonna miss out on this stock again.
With my RBC bank account, I can move as much money as I need to my RBC Direct Investing account instantly.
Then I could jump all over this.
Jump, pounce, maybe a swoop.
I like swoop.
Start trading for free.
Now that Party City's at Canadian Tire, I've got some pretty great party ideas. Birthday rewind. Friday. And tea time. Sunday scaries. Rainbows. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Party City at Canadian Tire makes it so anytime can be party time.
You are a baker, a one-handed egg cracker, wicked whisker, cake maker, shaker, taster, and an incredible icer. Because when it comes to baking, the magic's in the making. Robin Hood.
A king meal deal for just $5.99. That's a serious deal. Mix 2 sandwiches from the Big King Jr., Chicken Jr., Cheeseburger, or choose 2 of the same with fries and a drink for just $5.99. Get your king meal deal today, only at Burger King.
The future of the automobile is to be more than just an automobile. Introducing the fully electric Kia EV6, inspiring every journey.
Kia, movement that inspires. With SodaStream, I can enjoy fresh, sparkling water whenever I like.
Whenever.
Bubbling with friends. Adding bubbles to a meeting. And while I enjoy my drink.
You help save the planet from single-use plastic bottles.
SodaStream, push for better.
Back in Phoenix, Landry Shaman gets the Suns within 1. Start of the second quarter here on a center court Tuesday night. Greg Anthony, Matt Weiner, Dennis Scott on our sideline tonight. And a must-win situation for the LA Lakers. Spurs are leading Denver. A Spurs win, Lakers loss eliminates LA from playoff contention. Forget play-in, forget playoffs. Season effectively over with that combination tonight. They're without LeBron James. He's missing his 23rd game of the season and 4th in their last 6 because of that left ankle injury that's plagued him over the last week or so. But the Lakers hanging in here early on. They swing it to Austin Reeves. Sidestep 3 doesn't fall. Lakers hit 4 threes in the first quarter. They're in the bottom third of the league in terms of three-point percentage. It's not really their game. And the Suns, interestingly enough, as efficient as they are offensively, don't rely that heavily on that shot for when you just saw Cam Johnson knock down.
No, but they're also a dominant defensive team, and they're also so highly skilled. They can hurt you in a variety of ways in the half court. And they're kind of atypical when you think about how the game is played today in that regard.
Melo misses from the mid-range. That one had to feel good for Johnson, who was just 2 of 14 from 3 since he returned from that injury. Reeves in traffic and somehow rolls over the top of the rim.
That was a heck of a play. Not sure how he was able to, one, keep control of the basketball, and then to be able to take the contact and get the ball up and through. You certainly switched it to the left hand. That was an impressive play by the young man.
Austin Reeves made contact with a couple of different Suns in a 3-point play for Reeves, the rookie out of Oklahoma.
And it's been the live ball turnovers here early in this quarter by the Suns that have allowed the Lakers to have some success offensively.
Payne looking inside to McGee. Too tall for him, and that's saying something.
It is, and again, another turnover.
Davis over the top. That rattles home.
McGee was there, but he realized he was there late and did not go up and goaltended.
6 points, 4 boards now for Anthony Davis. Lakers up by 5. Shamet maybe bumped by Westbrook. Finishes with the left hand and puts just enough spin on it to get it to fall.
Not sure if that was a pass or an attempted shot.
Where do you land?
I'm going to go with the shot. And here is a beautiful attack and finish. And did a great job of using the rim to help thwart off Davis there on that finish.
The correct answer, according to the official scoring, is a shot.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you take a stab at it.
Well, you know,
first.
the way it left his hands, and I'm noticing that, you know, Westbrook doesn't have the biggest of hands, and so if you watch, a lot of times he'll lose control of the basketball in traffic.
Johnson picks up the foul. You could hear the smack all the way over here on Carmelo Anthony. And the number 9 scorer in NBA history steps to the free throw line. Melo at 37, averaging just over 13 points a game for the Lakers. And nearly an 83% free throw shooter.
I mean, how about we've got 4 top 75 players in this game.
Carmelo also just received another incredible honor, the first ever Social Justice Champion Award. Presented by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A trophy modeled on his hands, holding a globe. Pretty cool.
That is.
Payne's got Taylor Horton Tucker in front of him. Anthony switches off onto him. McGee sets the screen. Another switch by Davis. Payne somehow got it over the top. And without a whistle.
I tell you what, that's 2 times that he has made an incredible teardrop off the glass over Anthony Davis.
We've seen some finishes, and for all the Laker defensive troubles, that was a good defensive possession. Just a better shot by Payne.
I think to Frank Vogel's point, and Westbrook doesn't like that call there on the offensive foul, but this finish is about as impressive as you'll see, because Davis had him lined up there for the block.
First foul on Russell Westbrook. He'll take a seat. The Lakers up by 3. McGee to the rim. Past Davis and hammers it home.
And this stretch is going to be important if LA wants to stay in this game. They had a solid first quarter, but from a defensive standpoint, they have got to lock back in as Phoenix is starting to get a little bit of a rhythm in the half court.
Jab step by Davis. Felt like maybe he settled for the jumper. It doesn't go. Shamet could have put the Suns ahead. Instead, Stanley Johnson comes back with it. Horton Tucker, nice look inside to Davis running the floor.
That was a terrific pass. Great timing. Gave it to him at just the right time to be able to go up in rhythm and finish.
Payne uses the McGee screen. Horton Tucker got a piece of that. They'll blow the whistle.
I think they're going to say that was a lob pass.
Yeah, they're calling that side out.
And that's just a simple blow by that if you're Anthony Davis, you've got to take away the right hand of JaVale McGee. You don't really have to worry about him pulling the shot there.
Now, Monty Williams is arguing that was a shot.
I thought it was as well, to be honest. I thought he was trying to shoot the floater. I think they're assuming he was throwing a lob. I don't know how you don't call that a attempted shot.
You know what? From our vantage point, I thought it was a lob as well. On the replay, it looks more like a shot.
Yeah, I thought it was a shot.
First foul on Taylor Horton Tucker. It's been decided. It's been adjudicated.
Yes.
And the Suns have possession again. Shamet. Chris Paul back in the game, chases it down for Phoenix. Out to Shamet. Another shot at 3 won't fall for him.
I'll tell you what, a good job defensively on that pick and roll with Chris Paul.
Horton Tucker turns the corner, bumped by Johnson. Good aggressive play by Taylor Horton Tucker. And Horton Tucker's one of the players Frank Vogel has adjusted minutes for as he desperately tries to find the right combination down the stretch. Horton Tucker's minutes are down post All-Star.
And by all accounts, he has not had the kind of year that I think the Lakers were expecting him to have coming into the season.
Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony return for Los Angeles.
Final from Denver. Spurs beat the Nuggets 116-97. And if the Laker bench doesn't know that already, they surely will by halftime. And know that they're facing elimination with a loss here tonight. The road's pretty steep even with a win. But with a loss, it is all over.
And that was an impressive win for San Antonio. No DeJounte Murray tonight. You go into Denver, a team that is also fighting for their playoff positioning. So, I'll tell you what, Greg Popovich has done a heck of a job with that group this season.
McGee over Melo and one.
There's not much Melo's going to do with JaVale McGee, two people on the basket. You've got to do your work earlier defensively and not allow him to get that kind of position.
And Chris Paul, such a master, saw the matchup right away and just waited for the right moment to feed McGee.
And that's the brilliance also of Chris Paul. It's one thing to see and recognize the matchup, but then you've also got to be able to get the ball